What's up, bro? So, these are the top four things that I wish I knew in a relationship before I got into one, or if I am in one, what I wish I knew to further develop it. So, I'm gonna start off with women aren't bipolar, okay? They are basically, they are always flowing with energy. They are never they're not like men. They're not logical in a sense. They don't think logically quickly. They think with emotions, with feelings. Next is your woman is a reflection of you. So the feminine. We're talking about masculine and feminine relationships. The feminine is a reflection of the masculine. So whatever the masculine does, let's say whatever you do, you don't do the dishes. Now the woman feels she is obligated to do the dishes because you did not step up and do it yourself. Let's say you do something, your woman always reacts, right? She always reacts to your actions. Sex is the priority. So the priority is sex. Now that means not casual sex, that means intimate sex, that means enlightenment, that means furthering your development with each other, forming it into a bond. Because when you have sex, right? If you're in a relationship or if you ever dealt with casual sex, it is a short-lived feeling. The feeling is not there after 5 minutes. But with true intimate sex, it changes your life. It like makes you in a better mood. You go throughout the day with a better feeling. You wake up the next day pumped, ready, and just more energy flowing, and your woman is more loving, more flowing through herself. And finally, you're playing an infinite game. The infinite game means once you get married, that's not the final chapter. Once you get a relationship, that's not the final chapter. That's just the next chapter. That's just the next part of the book, the next headline, the next section. It just never ends. If you play the finite game of a relationship, you will get divorced, you will break up. Because if you look at it through, there's an end point, you're going to look forward to the end point. You're going to do anything you can to get to that end point as soon as possible, or prolong that end point. But if you play the infinite game, if you play the game of, look, I'm willing to work with you, I'm willing to change anything I can to move forward into this relationship, then that means you have more leverage, more capability of improving yourself and you and your woman into more happiness. You bring more to your family. And this could honestly doesn't have to be intimate relationships. This could be relationships with your family members, your friends, your loved ones. Besides the sex part, that's more of where intimate. That's more intimate. So when you're talking about relationships, don't ever think with the finite. Don't ever think there's an end goal. Because the end goal is just going to come sooner than you like, or it's just going to destroy the relationship. When you go through the aspect of an infinite game, you're looking at it as you're playing a video game, right? But there's no end to it. You're always looking for the next challenge, the next opportunity to improve yourself, to improve the relationship, to make new beginnings. Because there's no better way to look at it through the lens of not completion, but expertise, of mastering. Because you will always look for the next challenge. She will always give you the next challenge. So, women aren't bipolar. What that means? That means The women flow with energy. This is the woman. This is your woman right now. She is like this. These are waves of the ocean. Right here. She's angry. I cannot. Yeah, angry. She's loving. How the fuck do you type on this? She is more frustrated here. So you get the picture, right? I can't fucking spell on this right now. But through these waves, and this can just be two minutes. This is 2 minutes. Imagine a whole day. But the purpose of this is the flow of energy through a woman is just through waves. They're like an ocean, a vast ocean, and you gotta tame the ocean. Right now, this is the heart of the storm. Like there's a giant thunderstorm going on. It's just wave of emotions. Just everything's chaotic. So you step in there as a masculine man and you bring her back down. You bring her back down by going up to her and kissing. Like a simple kiss on the cheek will equal love, affection. It will equal trust in a woman. She will understand that you don't abandon her. Maybe if she felt abandoned, maybe she hasn't felt loved. Maybe she didn't get like the what's the word? The reassurance. That's another key thing. Women love reassurance. Because guess what? Imagine you were dealing with the vastly changing of emotions, of feelings, like this. But like on this peak, maybe she saw something financially, but you already got it covered. She doesn't know that. She's gonna keep overthinking. It's just gonna go like this, that go around. She's just gonna jump to different thoughts. But then you come in and you tell her everything's good. She then goes back to normal. And she got feeling no love, and then you bring it back down. Oh my God. It's going right back up and door down. This peak here. This is the most important part. This is the challenge of a man to a woman. This is how you bring more love into your relationship, more meaning to your life. This is what it means to be a man. This is the challenge we love. So our woman is never bipolar. Bipolar doesn't exist in my opinion. It is you have the you don't have the capability to help at this moment. What that means is you are not yet fit for it. It's that you have not learned it. But that is why the flow of the feminine is giving you that challenge. That's why your woman is testing you to see if you are. And if you aren't, you have to find ways to become capable, to learn that skill. Because the feminine is just like your job. It's just like a business. It's always going to challenge you for the next thing to level up, for the next skill you need to learn, the next objective, the next task. It makes you become a man, which then equals a flowing relationship. When your woman is flowing and you are flowing through the challenges and completing them, your relationship is flowing. When your woman isn't flowing, she's becoming more masculine. You are flowing, or if you're staying masculine, it becomes boring. The challenge of a woman is to test a man, to help him become more capable of providing more value, more love, more reassurance, and just protection through the women. So the next time you think your woman's being bipolar, ask yourself, what is the reasoning? What is the reason for this spike? Like, what is the reason for this? A woman just doesn't do this just to do it. There are reasons. And you gotta try and get her to level out, and she goes up again, level her out. Up again, level her out. A simple hug, kiss, reassurance, saying that you got it, everything's under control, I have a plan. Like, they just want a man to take over, as in, not take over their life, but take over the things that are blocking them from becoming this, from becoming flowing. Because if they're just steady like this, they're going to have a massive spike. And that's where arguments come from. That's where anger, that's where resentment, that's where hate comes in from a woman, is when this happens. So, your action step, look for the next challenge. Look for the next test. Look for the next test. If you're in a relationship with your woman, let's say your mother, look for the next test and try to complete it. And if you don't, figure out how you can complete it next time. Alright? Your woman is a reflection of you. So your woman is just a reaction to your actions. So you have an action that you do. Your woman just reacts to it. Okay? The reaction can either be good or bad, right? It depends on whatever action you've done. But then, whatever action you have done. So, when you take into the account of, let's say, garbage. You have, your garbage bag right here. Whenever how you draw a garbage bag. And you didn't take it out. So now your woman needs to feel obligated to do it herself. Because you can't. Or you're too lazy. That's what she feels. And then if that happens, she doesn't trust you. And all this is unconsciously. It could be consciously or unconsciously. She doesn't trust you. Which in the trust is just a reaction to your simple action of not taking the garbage out. You see what happens in the woman's head. She sees you didn't take the garbage out. She reminds you. But let's say you still don't do it. So now she feels obligated to do it. And then now she thinks if you can't do it or you're too lazy to do it. And then she loses trust in you. And then the reaction is anger. Frustration. Mood. All because of this. Because you didn't take out the garbage. So what is this instilling? Get up and just remind yourself and just think of the possibility of how your woman react. Especially if she says, hey, can you take out the garbage? Or you forgot to take out the garbage again. Just get up, look at her, and simply say, yeah, I'll do it right now. And just go do it. Just drop what you're doing, just go do it. Don't say, oh, I'll do it later, or I'll get it later. It's like, oh, I told you I was going to do it. I just haven't done it yet. No, get up and do it. Show her that you have the capability of doing it. Maybe it's just you forgot. But you saying you forgot and not doing it is just going to instill more in her head of distrust or laziness. That you can't do something, the simplest task, which leads to the anger. Okay? Your woman is a reflection of you and actions. Remember that. Every action man has a reaction. Woman, remember this. This is the most important thing in a relationship, in my opinion. Besides the next topic. But this is like the second most important thing. Every action is a reaction. Your actions has a reaction. Your woman always reacts to you. She's a reflection of you. So if you're lazy, she's going to be lazy. But also, if you're lazy, she has to step up and become the man, the non-lazy one. There's two different stories I can go with, and either way is bad. Because she's just going to resent you. Because you're supposed to lead the life. You are the leader. You lead, she follows. And if it's the other way around, relationship's never going to work. Because if you're trying to lead and she's leading for you, it's never going to work. You lead, she follows. Simple. Sex is the priority. So when I tell you sex is the priority, intimate sex, that means, let's say you guys are at it, you know. You two are kissing. You know, you're getting ready to go to the bed. Everything's looking good. The lights are down. You know, everything's feeling sexy. It's romantic. You guys go at it. You're starting. You're getting into it. And boom. Little Timmy, over here, starts to cry. Or something happens. There's an outside source which stops this. Now you have two choices. You could either continue or stop. Now let me ask you, what would happen if you would stop? What feelings would you have? What feelings would you have if you stop? Maybe you would feel frustrated. Frustration. Especially your woman. Maybe you would feel anger. Maybe you would feel regret, not resent. Maybe you would feel, I don't know. That's pretty much what I would feel. Or I will go back to that. But, well, let's say if you could, but, now what would this lead? So let's say you have frustration, and then you have to go take care of little Timmy. Wouldn't you say that you would kind of half-ass little Timmy? Maybe you would come in, let's say you're trying to hold little Timmy to your heart, but you have anger, you have resentment, you have regret, you have annoyance. That's it, annoyance. Annoyance. The thing with kids is like, they feel your emotions. It's like, yeah, they can't speak right now, but they feel everything you feel. So when you go in with frustration as a father or as a mother, or you go in as anger, regret, annoyance, they feel that, and they think it's them. They feel everything, and if you keep doing that, it's going to negatively impact them. It's going to be a negative. This isn't good. Don't go in with a stopping motion of the intimate sets. Continue the sets. Finish. Finish with full love. Full, undivided love. Acknowledge Timmy, but tell your woman, let's continue, baby. Because when you continue, you have love. You have care. You're happy. Right? So then you carry that over to little Timmy. And guess what? He feels your love. You go in there more loving. You go in there with more intent to harness happiness into him. He feels the touch of a father that loves him, that's present. You're present. So when you go in there with love, he will feel it. And now imagine this with anything in your life that happens. If you go in there with, and you short it out and you stop, you don't have frustration and annoyance, wishing that you would have finished, or your woman wouldn't feel love, she would feel short-termed. But if you go in there with full intent to finish, with full undivided love, you go out with the day with happiness, with care, with joy. You put love out into the world. You share the love. You share your gift more. You feel more loving to everybody, your family members. You know that feeling when you first had sex? Yeah, you have that feeling all the time. That happiness, that feeling on the inside of just butterflies. You feel that all the time. And there's no better feeling than that. Because you've continued. But if you stop, you do it with anger, negative attitude. This is positive. Negative. You don't want this. This is what you want. You want more love, more flowing. You need to finish. Sex is the priority. Mastering sex. Getting more love, getting more touch, getting more intimate, getting more enlightenment from it is going to move you on to different levels of your relationship. You will expand your love more. You will be more present. You'll be more there with your woman. She will feel it. And in all honesty, she will crave it even more. Finally, you're playing an infinite game. Not a finite infinite. No end. Marriage, right? People always say marriage is the final chapter. There is no final chapter. It's a new chapter. It's a new beginning. It's the next evolution. It's the next prestige, right? In Call of Duty, it's the next prestige. Next level. Next level you have to complete. But guess what? It never ends. It never ends. There's always going to be challenges. Challenges you gotta face. Arguments. Tests. More opportunities. Yeah, whatever. More opportunities. More love. It'll just improve your life in general. Like if you think about playing the infinite game, you will love your life even more because there's never going to be an end. Your job is to master. And guess what? When you master, you still have more to learn. Because that's where the fun comes in. It's from learning. Learning. Improving. Becoming a better man. Because when you become a better man, you become more whole, more present. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times that me being present has actually helped my woman. Like, she has grown more loving, more affectionate, more passionate about us. All because of this. All because of presence. All because I became more loving. I showed her more affection. Because I know marriage is never the end game. It is just another chapter in our lives. Because I had to master parts of it. I gotta master becoming the best man. I gotta master sex. I gotta master love. I gotta master affection. I gotta master reassurance. There are so many levels to it. There's so many skills you need to know about a relationship and marriage and all of this. But that's the fun part about it. That's the fun. Is to master. Because that's the objective of a man. We love challenges. And what do men always want? We want to compete. It's just what there's always going to be men that want your woman, right? There's always going to be men looking for your woman, especially if she's a beautiful woman, which I hope she is. Hope she is in your eyes. But if she's a beautiful woman and you know she's a 10 out of 10, other men are going to try and get her. So you need to be willing. You need to be not willing. You need to be capable of handling that challenge, of mastering that challenge, of saying fuck you to those guys respectfully. Understand that you're going to have attention. Other men are going to want what you have. You need to have the primal instinct to protect, to serve, to give. Because if you don't, other men will. And your woman knows that. She wants to feel you. She wants to know you're there. Know you're going to take care of her. She wants to know you are going to be that man. That first man, the tip of the spear. So when you're playing the infinite game, remember that every challenge is helping you become the better man. More present. More love. Mastering all of these challenges. The challenge of being a primal man and having other guys look at your woman. You need to handle that. And if they try to get too close, you need to deal with that. So next time you think that, oh, you want your woman to stop, just remember why you married her, or got with her in the first place. Accept her differences, accept who she is. Love her for who she is, because if you can't, find another woman. Because do you want to play an infinite game with something you actually really don't like? No. No, you're not going to play a game that you don't like. So find something you do like. And don't try to change her, because she ain't going to change. Accept your woman for what she is. If she's annoying, accept it. Because that's the fun part about it, is mastering how to challenge her annoyingness. Because it becomes fun. You improve. You become a man. You become more present. You take her from the annoying to loving. You know how to do it. You don't change her. You just guide her. Because she's always going to go back to being annoying. You just know how to bring her down. Up, down. Remember this. This is life. Challenge after challenge after challenge. You might have a little bit of period, bitter challenge. You might have a little bit of period, bitter challenge. And then it goes back, challenge. Like, it's literally just life. This is life. So you need to be willing to accept these points. These small points build you up to this bitter point. And these points build you up to this. And then it becomes leveled. Then you have these level periods. And then you have the spites. And it's just a game, bro. Just play the infinite game. And your life will improve so much better. Your intimate relationship will improve so much better. But that's it, bro. Just remember one thing, is your woman is always going to be a reaction to you. She's a reflection to you. Sex is always going to be the priority. You're playing an infinite game. And guess what? Your woman's never bipolar. She is just the emotions. She is just a flowing state. The flowing ocean. Just remember, she's an ocean. You have to tame that ocean. She's just a cloud moving in the sky, changing shapes. Just remember this one thing. If anything you gotta take out of this. You're playing the infinite game. If you're not willing to play the infinite game with what you have, then find a new game. Find the game that you are willing to be infinite with. Because if you're finite with, it's never going to work. All this is never going to work if you're thinking finite. Much love, brother. I wish you luck. And just stay strong. Become that strong man. Alright? Love you.